Hey guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to a special video I'm going to be making. About a month ago or a few weeks ago, I did a video about me talking about the most annoying things YouTubers do. So one of my subscribers said, how about I make a video about what the most annoying thing filmmakers do? And I'm like, that sounds awesome. So yeah, this is just 10 things I find personally really annoying that filmmakers do, and it just irks me, and I want them to stop. Stop it, filmmakers. So let's get to it. My very first thing I find very annoying that filmmakers do is use shaky cam. Shaky cam is horrendous. I fucking hate the shaky cam. I know why a lot of them try to use it. They use it to create realism in their movies, or sometimes they like try to hide things with shaky cam because they don't have the budget for a big action film or a big action sequence, so they rely on the shaky cam. It gets annoying sometimes. In Saving Private Ryan, some of the shaky cam is okay, some of it's very annoying. Taken 2, it's really bad in that movie. Even sometimes in the Star Trek movies, the J.J. Abrams ones, the shaky cam gets a little annoying. Shaky cam is just like, what's that other one? That Vampire Dracula Untold has shaky cam. Such terrible shaky cam. Shaky cam is not a cool. Some people try to use it as a stylistic choice. I don't like it. I don't think the shaky cam is really cool or very enjoyable. Sometimes the Bourne movies do it in a creative way, but even sometimes in some of the Bourne films, I don't like it. Just stop with the shaky cam. I know, like, some filmmakers, it's just a cool style, and it's realism, because when you're running, your body does this. Stop it. I don't like it. No. Anyways, number 2, when they edit a film down to a PG-13 rating when it's supposed to be an R rating. This almost goes hand in hand, sort of with the shaky cam, but they did this like in the Hunger Games movies. Clearly, those could have been R-rated films, but they dialed it down to make it a PG-13 movie because they want to, appease the audience and stuff. And yeah, clearly they also did that with Justice League because we saw the Snyder cut, that it was going to be an R-rated film, so they took a lot of scenes out and made it PG-13. Even in, like, some certain action films, like, I could tell it could have been an R-rated film, but they edited it down to make it this PG-13 movie. Even what they did with Die Hard 4, Live Free, Die Hard, they dialed it down to make it PG-13, where it could have been a kick-ass R-rated action film. If your movie's R-rated, make it R-rated. I'm okay with that. We're all okay with that. So, yeah, stop that. Alright, number 3 is putting a soundtrack in your movie when it doesn't fit the tone. I don't like this. When you put like a certain song because it's like a popular song or whatever it is, some romantic comedies do it, and it's got nothing to do with anything. And it's so bad. I know Rock of Ages built a whole musical on that. But like you also saw it in like the Watchmen movie with the Hallelujah sex scene that was really stupid. There's a couple other ones. Like I've seen like some movies like they put in music. There's a scene in Pride and Glory where the very ending fight scene, this like country song comes on. Just it doesn't fit the tone. Sometimes movies they just want to put music in because they like the songs or they like the music. And it just doesn't fit well with the balance and the tone of the story. And I fucking hate it. Just really hate it. And stop it. Just stop it. Number 4, relying too much on CGI. Really hate when a filmmaker relies heavily on CGI. Just really can't stand that. Sometimes the prequels had that. Star Wars has that a lot. They rely heavily on CGI and stuff. A few other movies, like in the late 2000s, early 2000s, because CGI was like all the praise. Like some superhero movies relied heavily on CGI to make their stories, pop out more and stuff. Not everyone can be Lord of the Rings where you blend CGI with practical effects. That's the proper way of doing it. I'm all for practicality. Practicality just looks better than CGI. But I get CGI needs to be used in certain films. It has to be. But if you rely too heavily on it, your film will date very quickly. So, yeah, I don't like that. All right, next one is using too much gore in your horror films. Torture porn. Of course, a horror film It's gotta be bloody and graphic and nasty and rah. I don't know what that was. Rah. That's horror movies, I guess. Rah. I hate overuses of gore in your films, in horror films. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it does. Like, some of the slasher films are great. I love some Nightmare on Elm Street films and Halloween films. I like The Cabin in the Woods, and it was pretty violent and gory. But when, again, you rely on the gore for your scares, gore isn't scary. It's just nasty. It's not scary or anything like that. And I don't find it enjoyable to watch. Like, I don't like the Hostel or the Saw films or any of that, like, torture porn. Eli Roth movies. Like, I'm not a torture porn kind of guy. I don't find it very interesting. I don't find it very scary. I find, like, ghosts, atmosphere, creepiness, eeriness, it's more scary. Like, The Exorcist is creepy to me. The Conjuring is creepy to me. Cabin Woods was, like, an exception. It's really good, though, but whatever. Next is remaking classics that don't need to be remade. I'm doing a whole segment on original versus remake and things that they should have never remade. Willy Wonka. They shouldn't be remaking a lot of these Disney films. They're remaking these live action films. I fucking hate most of them, and they shouldn't do it. I don't know why they're fucking doing it. Like, if you want to remake something, I'm all for remaking. Remake a bad movie. Remake something. Like what they did with Dread or Fright Night. You know, the original Fright Night wasn't even that bad, but they made it interesting and different and stuff. Like, if you're going to change something very differently, then I'm open to a new direction. Or if you're remaking a movie that wasn't good and you're remaking it into a better film, I'm really all for that. Again, what Dread did and stuff. But, like, remaking stuff that doesn't need to be remade is just dumb. Like, look what they did with, like, Straw Dogs. Like, why are they remaking Straw Dogs? It was like the same fucking movie and stuff. And the Disney films, I hate what they're doing with the Disney films. Just stop it. You don't need to remake classics. If they ever fucking remake Casablanca, I'm just... Anyways, next one is, this is a gimme, using too many cliches in your plotline. When you use so many cliches, it makes the viewers predict everything that's going to happen. Because that's what they're called, cliches. Cliches are used in so many films, and we just know them. Like, whether, like, you have, like, this antagonist who's really a good guy, or a good guy who's lying to the people he loves, then they find out, then they mope about it, then they forgive him in the ending. Like the hero's journey and stuff, or when you have a love triangle, or when you have a misunderstanding, someone misunderstands, but the ending, they find out the truth, and it's all good. These are all cliches, and we know how all these cliches end. They are so predictable, and they're so overused, so stop using them. There's also, like, kind of filmmaking techniques that are cliches as well, so stop using them. Alright, next one is not knowing how to end a movie. This can be a common occurrence in some movies. Like, you just don't know how to end your film properly. Like, I talk about, like, Ouija Origin of Evil. A really good movie with a really bad ending. I hate that ending so fucking much. It could have been so good if they would have just left that fucking ending alone. Sorry. I realize I'm not centered. Sorry about that, guys. But, I really hate that goddamn movie, and that ending, like, could have just ended it better. Like, I hate watching a good film, and then when you get to the ending, you're like, oh, why would they do that? So, end your film properly. If you know you have a good movie, go with a bang. Alright, next one. Here we go. This is when we get to this is typical JayVaters here. This is my 9th one, yeah. Putting a Mary Sue as your main character. I'm all for strong female characters. There's a lot of great ones out there. Look at Celine in the Underworld films, Katniss Everdeen in Hunger Games, Furiosa, Mad Max Fury Road, Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Widow in the MCU. A lot of kick-ass female characters out there. Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor, like a lot of great kick-ass female characters. But when you give your characters a female character and she's perfect in every way, shape, or form and has no flaws, that isn't interesting, and it's hard to root for them because you know you're doing this as, like, this feminist woke shit. Like, you saw this in the Charlie's Angels movies, you saw this in Captain Marvel, and you saw it with Rey in the Star Wars movies. Don't make your characters Mary Sue's. Just telling you. Guys can be Mary Sue's too. Look at Wesley Crusher in The Next Generation. Stop it. I don't like it. And it leads to my last one. putting a political message in your movie when your movie doesn't need one. I absolutely hate that. If you want to get political, if your movie's political, sure. But when you put a certain political message in your film, you are dividing your audience. Like, your movie should be for everybody. It doesn't matter what their religion or political stance is, but when you put a certain political message in your movie, you are dividing your audience. A movie is meant to entertain and make enjoyment for everyone who is viewing it. But when you put a certain political message in your film, it divides the people. Don't do it. Just saying. So, that was my 10 annoying things that filmmakers do that I don't like. In the comment section below, please tell me, do you agree with these things? And let me know what you guys think. What are some annoying things filmmakers do that you wish they just would stop? Give me your thoughts and opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.